Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw, and I'm here as usual at ILTM Con. This is the biggest ILTM they've had yet. About 10,000 people are going to be here. And I'm actually here talking with Belmond. And we just had a little reception which showcased all of Belmond's products. And I'm here with Nicholas Streff, who is the Vice President of Communications and Strategy for Belmond. And we're going to learn about all of the wonderful products Belmond has and what's to come here on Insider Travel Report. Nicholas, first of all, great to see you. It's always good to get an update on what's going on with Belmond, and there's always so much. And of course, I got to start. We're going to go through categories by category here. I have to start with the trains.
Of course.
And you actually have a new train coming out in England. Tell us a little bit about that one.
Yeah, so that train will be our 7th train in the collection. So that's going to be our 3rd train in the UK. And that's going to be the first.
Yeah, you got more trains in the UK than I already know about.
Yeah, so we have the Royal Scotsman in Scotland, a sleeping train. Yeah. We have a touring train, the British Pullman. And this next year we'll add the Britannic Explorer.
And where's that going?
So from London, and you go to 3 different destinations: Cornwall, the Lake District, or even further north in England. So that's going to be launching in July next year. So a new sleeper train, 3 night journeys, and another way to discover the country at a slow pace.
But that's so you're in Britain very heavily. But I totally had forgotten you do have luxury trains in Italy as well, right?
Well, we have the Venice Simplon Orient Express, and that train goes from Paris to Venice and to many more destinations across Europe. Okay. So the Venice Simplon Orient Express is a 1-night journey for most of the time, because twice a year actually it goes to Istanbul, and that's a 5-night trip.
That's the one everybody wants to do, I'm sure. But
that's a very.
But you do have a new car, a new carriage that you're launched with that as well, right?
Yeah. So next year we'll see actually the launch of the car designed by JR, so a French artist, who completely took over a carriage, and the idea was to reinvent train travel. So basically the entire carriage will be yours, and it's art in motion actually, because you'll be immersed in this kind of work of art with crazy things like a bathtub or a library with a fireplace, or a little corner with music. So very, very special experience.
Well, it looks amazing, and we're going to try to show some of the images of that. And then, of course, you have the ENO, the Eastern Orient Express, as well, that goes from Singapore, right?
Yes, from Singapore to Malaysia. So 2 different journeys across Malaysia, departing from Singapore. It's been a huge success this year, so we relaunched it earlier this year.
No, it was a great journey, and I heard a lot of good things about it. Now, any other trains, or that's it?
No, well, we have trains in Peru,
yes, I forgot about that. Yeah.
So 2 trains in Peru, but that's going to be it for now. So 7 trains in total around the world. Yes.
That's pretty amazing. And all right, now we're going to go to. We're going to end with hotels, but you also have les bateaux, the barges and canal in mostly France, right?
Yeah, only France actually. So les bateaux Belmond, the Belmond boats, are river cruises, or péniches, as we would say in French, in France, only in France, in wine regions, so in Champagne, in Burgundy, in the south of France, Canal du Midi, and next year we'll actually launch a new route to go to Bordeaux and the vineyards near Bordeaux. So very exciting news. With actually an incredible chef, you may already know actually, Dominique Crène.
Oh yeah, we actually wrote about her. It sounds amazing, and some amazing food, right?
She's going to be our culinary director for all the boats in France, so expect an incredible feast on board these boats next year.
No, and it's an amazing thing. Now we'll talk a little bit about hotels too. In Portofino, you're relaunching your hotel, which is
the iconic Splendido.
Right.
So Splendido will be reopening next year, designed by Martin Brunitsky. So last year we reopened kind of the re-landscape piscine, swimming pool, piscina, or gardens and the terrazza. But next year it's going to be the entire hotel with a new spa by Dior. And also exciting news is the incoming of the Villa Beatrice.
Yeah, we saw that. It was amazing. I totally forgot we wrote about that. But it's what do you take a boat there? It's not too far away from Splendido.
Yeah. Walking distance from the Splendido.
Okay.
So you'll have all the services. You can access Splendido. You can have all the the benefits of Splendido, but be in your private summer residence with the most incredible view over the Ligurian coast.
It is amazing. So that's one. Now, what about the other hotels? I know I just last year I went to Maroma, which is a beautiful hotel that was slightly expanded in the last year. I got to go back and spend a little more time down there. But what else do you have that you want to take note of this year? What's coming on?
I think there'll be also news around still Italy. Caruso will review completely the whole experience around the pool. I think this iconic pool with incredible views on the Amalfi Coast is quite spectacular. We're also going to do and work on other renovations. Villa San Michele in Florence will close actually next year, and to go through a full renovation before we reopen for the 2026 season.
Yeah. And of course, we talked briefly about what you have in Peru. You have the trains, which are amazing,
the
hotels and the trains. And my partner has experienced those trains, but I have not.
Yeah, the Andean Explorer is, I think, the second highest rail experience in the world. When you go to the Andes, it's an incredible experience. Again, you wake up at 5 a.m. by the lake Titicaca. I mean, it's quite spectacular, yes.
Well, and the other thing we learned today is that you're kind of combining some of the hotel experiences and the rail and everything else and pulling them all together, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the example we were talking about Italy and the Venice Simplon Orient Express earlier. I think we had a route to Portofino last year. We're going to continue that route, so from Paris to Portofino. And we'll expand also the journey with the Venice Simplon Orient Express to Castello di Gasole in Tuscany. So you'll be able to combine a stay in Tuscany with a trip on
so it's
board
almost
train.
like we all think of the Venice Simplon Orient Express being Paris to Istanbul, but now you're doing different trains that are going to go these other places in Italy as well.
Yes, yeah. Roughly there are, I think, 15 destinations with our trains. I mean, every year we review a little bit the routes, but definitely you'll be able to go to Tuscany, you'll be able to go to the Ligurian coast and Venice, of course, but many more places in Italy and Florence as well.
Now, we go out to 127,000 travel advisors. Some of the luxuries are here. I guess of that 10,000, about half of them are travel advisors. Anything else you want to tell them about Belmond today?
I think there's one thing to remember. Beyond the trains, it's all about slow luxury. And for us, it's been actually as we say, obvious that we've been doing it, but we've never really called it that way before. But it's really our property's identity rooted in two things, basically. It's in mindful living and the idea of valuing time, making time slow down for our guests, but also the appreciation for things, right? So the local culture, the craftsmanship, when we renovate our property, we're talking about renovation, it takes time and we want to take our time. We're not here for just the next 5-10 years, we're here for the next 100 years. So really this appreciation, value of time, but also mindfulness way of living. So how we just do good to yourself when you travel, but also good to the communities and good to the destination, the environment where we operate. So all about slow luxury, and we'll definitely talk a lot more about slow luxury in the years to come.
Well, we'll be back here again, and next year we'll find out what else is going on with Belmond. And yes, I mean, I can't think of something slower than being on a barge in France with your new chef and all that.
Slow luxury is not only about being slow.
Well, yeah, you're on a train too.
Slow travel is part of it, but it's not just about slowness. But yes, it is an incredible experience.
Well, Nicholas, thank you for taking the time out. We just finished a lovely reception here to learn more about Belmond products, and I certainly, put it all together. We've been writing individual stories about the different products, but here you put it all together. Great to see you here.
Thanks for your support. Thank you very much.
I'm James Schillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.